Hello, welcome back to the channel. 10 things you need to know in Grim Dawn. Starting off with number 1. Reading lore notes gives you experience. Yes, it does. And this is useful from right at the start of the game when you can grab the crudely scrawled note and get yourself 50 XP, which is almost a whole level up when you're at level 1. Later on, when you're on alternative characters, after you've got merits and a bunch of other stuff, you can go around and collect a load of lore notes, jump into ultimate difficulty, and you can get from level 1 to level 33 or 34 in several minutes. Bracket not including the time it takes to collect the lore notes, close bracket. Number 2, you can give money to your other characters by putting iron blocks in stash. Come to Forgotten Gods, talk to this guy. Now, because it doesn't open a trade window like a trader, it just looks like he's talking to you, and a lot of people miss this. I wish to purchase. Now, I've got over 1 million, so, you know, I'm rolling in it. So I wish to purchase. He gives you a list of things. 1 iron bar for 50,000. Buy one. There's no acknowledgement that this has happened. You have to go and have a look in your inventory and you see it. There it is there, iron bar. So you put the iron bar in the stash. There it is. Log on as another character. And this guy could be level 1 with a merit. Use the merit, open up your Forgotten Gods area, nip down to this waypoint, run in here, go up to the stash guy, take that out. Go here, I wish to make an exchange, exchange 1 bar for 50,000 iron bits, and you've got your 50,000 iron already. I had some, but you know, that'll work on any character. There's no level restriction on that. It's a good way of getting a load of money early on if you want to buy a bunch of stuff from the vendors on a new character and you think, how the heck am I supposed to get money? Number 3. Stockpiling quest items. And you're going to think, why would I want to do that? Well, because the quest items in Grim Dawn, 99.9% of them, you can stockpile them. So if you have to collect stuff, Bismail Cult wants you to collect Blood of the Watchers. They want you to then, once you've handed in 3 Blood of the Watchers, they want you to go and get a Galfang's core. I get a quest over here. Slay Galfang and claim its core. 0-1, bring Galfang's claw, blah blah, whatever. So I can stick that in there and all of a sudden I've completed the quest. If I take it out, I've not completed the quest. In ultimate difficulty, I might not want to go and search for all that stuff and then this. I might just want to hand the quests in. So I can go and get another one of Galfang's cores and stick it in my stash. Right, that's the one for this quest. The other one is still in my stash. If you want to be really tedious about it, you can get 3 of them in normal. Doesn't take very long. And then you come in elite and ultimate. You don't have to do the quest gathering at all. You just pick this stuff up out of your stash and go and hand the quest in. And just leave them in there until you need them. Those are the ones that I've saved up for ultimate difficulty. You might think this is cheating, and it to a certain extent is, but you know, time is precious. Things you need to know. Number 4. In order to craft items, you need to get the blacksmith. And the blacksmith is located just to the east of the Burridge Outskirts Rift. So if you go to the Burridge Outskirts Rift and go east and slightly down, this guy, Duncan, he is a blacksmith, and there is also another blacksmith called Angrim who you can rescue. And they give you slightly different weapon options for crafting. Duncan's got a decent gun, Angrim's got a decent 2-handed axe. So it's the Birch Outskirts Rift. There's Duncan, he gives you the quest. You come all the way across to the east to find Angrim. You say Duncan needs it. Then you've got, I have a group, you could join us. I'll see you in Devil's Crossing side with Angrim. So that's how you get Angrim. Then you go back down to Devil's Crossing. Go into the back part and you set up shop already. There he is. Hello Angrim, old mate. If you have a look at his weapons, that's the thing you get. There you go, required play level 15. So that's the thing he'll give you. So if you're starting off as a soldier or a shaman stroke shaman, however you pronounce it, I say shaman, I get picked up for saying shaman. What do you mean by shaman? It's shaman. Yeah, whatever. Bleeding damage, physical damage, good stuff. Number 5, you don't need components and other required items in your inventory in order to activate shrines and craft stuff at the blacksmith. What I'm going to do here, I just showed that that shrine could have been activated by the ether crystals in my inventory. I'm going to nip into the prison. This is on a new character, I just killed the reanimator. I'm going to dump all my components and my ether crystals into stash, sell a bunch of stuff on. I edited that out because he wants to see me sell stuff. I've got the scrap in there as well. So I've got nothing in my inventory apart from health pots and energy pots. Go back to the shrine and it's perfectly happy accepting that. You can still see there's nothing in my inventory at all. It's picking that up from shared stash. And then the shrine's activated, cleansed, whatever. There you go. Don't need stuff lugging around in your inventory to activate shrines and for use at the blacksmith. Save you some inventory space. Number 6. This should actually be number 1. I've got a whole video about this. Hours and hours of me waffling on. I'll condense this. The only place you can see the real damage that your skills are doing is character tab 2. Take for example Baroneth's Fury. That says it's doing 240 elemental damage. Ill Omen claims to be doing 400 cold damage. However, if you go onto character tab 2 and have a look at what Baroneth's Fury is actually doing, it's still doing a little bit of cold fire and lightning 3, 3 and 2 because I'm not got 100% conversion going on, but the majority of the damage is vitality damage, 10,000 and something to 11,000 and something, and the second biggest damage figure on there is vitality decay. And that's Baroneth's Fury. If you look at that, 240 elemental damage, that's showing you what that would do. This is showing you what it actually does. And if you read the tooltip, it's the damage modified by all bonuses from equipment and skills. So that's where you can see what damage you're actually doing. And we have a look at Ill Omen, that 400 cold damage. No, it's not doing 400 cold damage. It's doing a bunch of vitality damage and a bunch of vitality decay, which is the damage over time version. So what you need to know is, if you want to see what your attack skills are actually doing, look on character tab 2. Don't look there and don't waste your time looking on here, because that says the same thing and that's not right. I'm not defending the game here, I'm not saying this is brilliant, and I'm not slagging it off saying why'd they do this. This stuff isn't explained, there's no tutorial. I'm doing that work for them and I love it. So yeah, number 6, if you want to know what damage you're actually doing from skills, you look on character tab 2 and you get a full breakdown, all the different damage types that are being done by the attack skills that are on there. There you go, that's number 6. Number 7, there are loads of decent components that don't drop and can only be crafted. This is it's a new save, so I've read no blueprints, I've just rescued the blacksmith. Let's go and have a look what he's got. These are all the components that he's got that he can craft right at the start of the game without you needing to pick up any blueprints. Some of the ones that stand out, obviously your purified salt. If you look at that, Gives you a whole load of ether resistance, 20%. Gives you defensive ability and life leech resistance. You've got a chaos version of that. Imbued silver, 20% chaos resistance for you and your pets. That was the same with the ether one. There's a whole load of damage ones on here as well. Fire damage one, another fire damage one for guns. There's a vitality one. There's attack damage converted to health on it. Lightning damage, there's all sorts. So you can run around hoping for components to drop, or you can go and get the blacksmith and craft a bunch of stuff. He also does good things like the ranger's ribbon. That's a nice medal if you haven't had a good one drop. And of course he's obviously got all the other stuff you can do, but this is mostly the tip about components. Go and have a look through. Have a look through all this stuff. You'll be able to fill in gaps in your resistances, and you'll be able to up your damage considerably by crafting some of these and using them. Number 8, you definitely need to know this. You can reset your skill points, your mastery points and your devotion points.
Greetings, child. I am pleased to see that the taint of possession has left you.
At the spirit guide. Once you've had your initial chat, she appears there with a book over her head. Are you sure it's a book? It looks like a book.
I sense turmoil within you.
She senses turmoil within me. Right, if you want to undo your mastery bar, you click on that and it undoes it. You obviously can't undo it if you've got skills that require those mastery points. So you take the points out of the skills. It's 25 iron bits to undo each point. And you can undo everything apart from, you cannot undo the last point. You cannot undo the mastery choice and then go and pick another mastery. So if you didn't want to be whatever you are, tough, you're stuck with it. And if you go through all that and then think, oh, I wish I hadn't tried to undo all that, you can undo the undo and get it all back. And if you want to remove devotion points, the cost is 25 iron bits and 1 ether crystal. So every time you take one of these out, you lose 25 iron bits and an ether crystal. And if you don't like what you did and you undo it, you get it all back.
Stay strong.
Number 9, you definitely need to know this. Once you've beaten Warden Krieg, this guy Mornay in this room here, he will give you a quest to repair the bridge out of Devil's Crossing. Okay? He is not talking about this bridge. If you try and repair this one, 25 scrap and 20,000 iron bits, that's in normal. You'll repair it and you'll find out it doesn't go anywhere and you wasted all that. That is not the bridge he's talking about. The bridge you really have to repair is this one over here. For the much more economical cost of 6 scrap and 3,000 iron bits. That's the one you need to do, not the other one. And things you need to know 9b, you can come here and repair that bridge and head west into cowboy country before you do anything else in Act 1. If you want, you don't have to have completed Krieg, you don't need the quest from Mornay. You can come here and repair this bridge and go that way and start exploring whenever you want. Number 10. Thought I'd go with a bit of a random one here. If you want to dual wield guns or melee weapons, but you're not using a mastery that allows that, you can get items that drop that enable it. Gunslinger's Jacket will let you do dual wield guns, it's level 20 item. But if you want a guaranteed item and you know you're definitely going to get it, Blade Sworn Talisman is a relic that will let you dual wield melee weapons. Gunslinger's Talisman is a relic that will let you dual wield guns. When you get to Respected with Devil's Crossing, this panel opens up. You can buy these things. Once you've read them, you've learned how to craft. No, the blacksmith's learned how to craft it. There they are. Blade Sworn Gunslingers. I made sure I had all the stuff I needed so I can make both of these. There's the melee one. There's the ranged one. So if I go here and buy a couple of melee weapons, can't equip 2 of them, however, now I can. Sell them back for what I bought them for, get a couple of guns. Gunslinger's Talisman, that's me dual wield guns. Sell them back for what I bought them for. There you go. So that's 10 things you need to know. There are about another 6,053,000 things you also need to know, but I'll cover them in a future video. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it.